The Obama administration gave them a what to do in case of playbook, and every environment, every scenario that you can imagine of a different kind of virus appearing. Suppose you have mass casualties, and how do you get enough coroners? Well, there's this whole group of retired coroners that you can call upon, and if you want to get them transported, there's a group of pilots that will, the Justice Department has, this facility, and even the IRS can be wheeled into. It's just amazing to look at the vast resources that the federal government has at its disposal. And especially if you are an administration like the Trump one, which had so little experience in government, so it was very valuable but totally ignored. But the Trump administration did do its own study, and it was in some respects kind of eerie. It was a tabletop exercise that took place over a couple of years. And using hospitals, Mayo Clinic, for instance, different political figures, some governors, and it was called Operation Crimson Contagion. And the Red Cross was involved. It was, high stakes, run by Health and Human Services. And the scenario was a traveler returns from China to Chicago. He's got a dry cough. The next day, his son goes to a rock concert. 6 months later, 600,000 Americans are dead. It was creepily close to what happened. They just had it gone on in the tabletop, we would probably, round out more than 1 million, as we have in fact. But the Trump administration's own study showed how dangerous the situation was, how unprepared we were, how agencies didn't know what their responsibilities were, how the supply chain would get choked up, how medicines that we rely upon aren't made in America, how our emergency supplies have been so terribly depleted, how on and on. All the problems that we did face were addressed in the Crimson Contagion exercise, and just like the Obama playbook, it was set aside, and nothing was done to address the problems that the Trump administration itself had detected.